So welcome. I am so excited to be exploring the theme of integrity with you. This is one that I have been grappling with for so much time, and if you're here, my guess is that you have too. The times we are living in are pretty intense, and I find myself and so many of my clients, friends, colleagues, even mentors, moving from states of terror to excitement, to despair, to hope, to powerlessness, to empowerment, to emotional devastation, to evolutionary trust, to a painful sense of isolation and division, to a profound experience of communion and interconnectedness. So during extremely charged and in many ways frightening times, it becomes really easy to get derailed and to lose our center. And many of us find ourselves getting lost in a frantic battle for survival and justice, or just like checking out completely in the guise of spirituality. That happens a lot. And this is why I'm feeling called to focus on integrity and why I want to dive into this theme together with you through the Wisdom Wheel of Integrity online course, as well as the companion workbook. Lucky for you, I looked up integrity in the dictionary and I found two definitions. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, and the state of being whole and undivided. What a beautiful paradox. One that the wisdom keepers, I believe, are especially qualified to teach us how to hold and walk. When we are living in integrity, we're both soft and strong, receptive and dynamic, humble and assertive. We're able to take a stand for what and who we care about without closing our hearts down to those who think or feel differently from us. We're able to clearly see the unfortunate consequences of us versus them thinking and survival-based reactivity without getting swept up by the strong currents of our own judging minds. We're able to tell the difference between a grounded embodiment of our deepest spiritual values and a feel-good spiritual bypass. We're much better able to help other people live in their integrity because we're not imposing our way on them. But how do we get there? That's the question, and especially during disabling times like the ones that we're in. Now, when I'm tempted to check out or freak out, I call in the wisdom keepers. Even though you might say I created these beings, I actually consider myself to be their humble student. So whenever I hear somebody say that the wisdom keepers have become their friends, guides, and family members, I completely relate. So in this course, we're all going to be going on a journey together. Each of us, myself included, will be working with our own deck and calling in a unique council of wisdom keepers. Now, while I'll be calling in wisdom keepers to shed light on kind of collective themes around integrity, you're going to be calling in 5 wisdom keepers, and they're going to take their rightful place in your own personal wisdom wheel and help you uncover your unique way of understanding and expressing integrity in your life. Each wisdom-keeping member of your council will stand for an essential aspect of integrity: loving kindness, healthy self-respect, courageous self-trust, and reverent surrender. So before we get going, let me tell you what you're going to need to get the most out of this course and experience. And then I'm going to give you a brief overview of the course's 6 modules. The most important thing you're going to need is a Wisdom Keepers Oracle deck. For most people, the best and easiest way to purchase the deck is through Amazon.com. So you just go to Amazon.com and search for the Wisdom Keepers Oracle deck or Rosie Aronson, and it should pop up. If for some reason you're having trouble purchasing through Amazon.com, just check out the International Resellers and Stores page on my website. And of course, if all else fails, just contact me through my website and you can purchase your deck through me. Now, the Oracle deck comes with a complete mini inner guidebook. If, however, you prefer a larger font size when reading, consider getting the larger paperback or ebook version of the Wisdom Keepers Inner Guidebook in addition to your Oracle deck. So a special note, I happily anticipate that the paperback and ebook versions of the Inner Guidebook will be available in more languages. Other things you're going to need: a journal to write in, a large sheet of paper, a special place in your home or office that you've prepared especially for your wisdom wheel. Ideally, you can keep your wheel out and available to you throughout the duration of the course. Colored pens, markers, pencils, whatever you prefer. Either a cloth that you can use as a backdrop for your wisdom wheel, or a piece of paper with a large circle that you've drawn onto it. And for those of you who want a written copy of this course material so that you can use it as a resource going forward, I have published a Wisdom Wheel of Integrity workbook, and you can find it on Amazon.com. Finally, to get the most out of this experience, you may find that you need a friend or a small group of trusted people to share the experience with. If you sense this is the case for you, I invite you to gather a group together before you get started. Make sure that everybody has their own Oracle deck to work with, and that each person has signed up for the course, the online course, so that they also have access to the material and can fully participate from home. In this first module, we're going to be sharing the story behind the Wisdom Keepers, introducing you to your own Oracle deck, helping you prepare your personal wisdom wheel for the journey, inviting you to choose the Wisdom Keeper who is going to be sitting at the heart of your personal wisdom wheel, initiating our journey together by choosing a Wisdom Keeper who's going to sit at the heart of our collective wisdom wheel. And then I'll be offering you invitations to explore further, practical suggestions for individuals, pairs, groups, whatever. So loving kindness is the name of our second module. And in that module, we're going to be exploring the council seat of loving kindness, getting to know the Wisdom Keeper who's come to support all of us on a collective level. And then we're going to be calling in the specific Wisdom Keeper who's meant to sit in the seat of loving kindness in your personal wisdom wheel. And you're going to be receiving practical invitations to explore loving kindness more deeply on your own and or with others. So the next module is the Healthy Self-Respect module. This is the third one. And here we're going to be exploring the council seat of healthy self-respect, getting to know the Wisdom Keeper who's come to support us on a collective wheel, calling in the specific Wisdom Keeper who's meant to sit at the seat of healthy self-respect in your own personal wisdom wheel. You'll be receiving practical invitations to explore healthy self-respect more deeply on your own and or with others. So the next module will be the Courageous Self-Trust module. Of course, we're going to be exploring the council seat of courageous self-trust, what that means. We'll be getting to know the Wisdom Keeper who's come to support all of us on the collective wheel. And then you're going to be calling in the specific Wisdom Keeper who's meant to sit in the seat of courageous self-trust in your own personal wisdom wheel. And you'll be receiving practical invitations to explore courageous self-trust in your own life, and you can do that with others or with yourself. So our next module will be the Reverent Surrender module, our fifth. And here we're going to be exploring the council seat of reverent surrender, getting to know the Wisdom Keeper who's come to support us on a collective level. We're going to be calling in the specific Wisdom Keeper who's meant to sit in the seat of reverent surrender in your own personal wisdom wheel. And of course, you're going to be receiving invitations to explore reverent surrender more deeply on your own or with others. So finally, in our sixth and final module, we'll be bringing our time together to a close, reviewing the ground that we've covered, enjoying some final reflections on the time that we've spent together. I'll be giving you some resources and possibilities for further exploration should you feel inspired to continue your journey.